Doing everybody, it's your boy Joe from Living to Learn. I'm just back from a dander in the woods this morning, and I'm working on a few backyard projects to keep the mind occupied while I'm not here. I tried to make a few videos while I was out today in the woods, but as you can see, it's a bit windy. I hope you can hear me. And birds tend to follow me everywhere, so there was a lot of them out today, and it was a bit hard to get it done. So I thought I'd shoot this video when I got back. Aidan Parry and Trond and Toby Hobby and some of the guys have been sharing their fire kits and what they carry in them. They're practical, inexpensive kind of fire kits. So it got me thinking, and it's always good to look at your kit with a bit of scrutiny every now and again. And I haven't looked at my fire kit in a long time. But the one thing I will say is I don't have a specific fire kit per se. I do have a tea caddy here, which is a char tin with a few bits in it. But all my kit has kind of fire bits around it, and I never really noticed. I carry like it's actually my dad's lighter, which I stole on him. I'm forever stealing lighters. Apologies to all the people whose lighters I stole. I have a Zippo. I am a smoker, unfortunately, so I always have a Zippo or a method of lighting fires. But I got some Surefire in the top here, which you've seen in previous videos. I got some lighters kicking about the place. But what you can see here on the outside, I will get you in for a closer look when I do get out my fire kit. But for example, on my knife, especially on longer trips, I always prefer a ferro rod. This is one by Phil Wood, which was a gift from Toby. It's a lovely ferro rod. Ferro rods on knives is a kind of a love-hate thing. I personally like to have them. It's more than likely I just use it as a spare anyway. But I like to have a ferro on that. Then, like I was saying about having redundancy laced throughout your kit, I have a belt pouch, and then in my belt pouch would be lighters, matches, another ferro rod. This one is made by Adam Lemon from Battle Horse Knives. I got a big lighter and a flip steel thing, but this is not something that I will always have on me. This is for the days when I plan on going out and doing some bushcraft projects and stuff like that. I'll keep this on me. This is kind of a larger fire kit, but I'll always have the ferro rod on the knife. You see, Ireland is a strange place, and it has an awful lot of microclimates, and the climate that I'm in has usually got a pretty high dew point, and it's wet for a good chunk of the year. You're predominantly working with softwoods and pines, so it can be very hard. It's kind of that borealesque. It's an awful lot of sphagnum moss, maybe some dry ferns and stuff, so tinder can be a bit hard to find. So I carry a bird's nest on me. Not super cool, not super bushcrafty, not exactly lone wolf, but it's got me out of an awful lot of bad situations. The thing about where I am, at the base of the Dublin Mountain Way, it's fairly high above sea level when you go up into the forest, so you know I was guaranteed dry tinder. So this is an inexpensive frog tog bag. Anybody who wears frog togs, this is or just any kind of rainwear, you get these kind of waterproof bags that they come in, and it's actually a great size for a bird's nest. In it at the moment, I have some Gallium aperane, which is my absolute favourite bird's nest material. I'll be doing a post on that later on in the week. But there you go. That's it there. So I'll always have a bird's nest on me in some way, shape or form. Say if I decide to practice bow drill, or the weather isn't playing ball. Over here, if you go to make some feather sticks, they can be damp before you're finished making them. So I always carry a marginal tinder, and I collect as I go. It's possum mentality. I actually got this while I was picking my son up from school the other day, so I'll throw it in there. Normally it's full of wood rush or something. And then in the main body of the bag, I suppose you could argue that this is my fire kit. So I'm going to turn the camera around, get you in a bit closer, and I'll show you what I carry in here. So I got you back here on the stump. This is my char tin slash fire kit. For want of a better word, I would love one that was like Aidan Parry's and a little bit more organic, but these are kind of just surefire methods that I carry around. This is a tea caddy. Toby Hobby from Red Kite Leatherworks seems to have a ready supply of them. They're really cheap too, but I like it because it's round and it's pretty tall, and I've got almost an entire charred bandana, badly I may add, up to about here. So it's fairly deceptive, but it's a nice tin. Straight off the top, I just got some mini infernos, some surefire methods again for this time of the year. And this is what I like most about this tin. Being able to keep stuff in the lid, you could keep whatever you want in here, water purification tablets, anything else like that. But it has a plastic handle that's easily removed, and it becomes a char tin. A very excellent one, I may add too. And it's airtight, it's actually really tight. This is kind of very haphazardy of a fire tin, but straight off the top I have a few feet of natural cordage. I think this is sisal, And what that is in there for is to make a bird's nest. I think bird's nests are a great way to get a fire going. And this you can pull apart, twist out, bind up. You can use solar ignition really well. You can get a kind of a bow drill type coal going with this. So that's in there. I have some fat rope. It's a great one given to me by Carl Higgins. It's just wax impermeated kind of rope that you can pull apart. Burns really well, burns really hot. I have some charred wick that I used and pulled the excess char off. I need to char this again. I have some Zippo kind of instant fires that you just snap in half and hit with your ferro rod. Again, just another surefire method. And I have some Uco kind of fire bricks. These are a really cool one because they're almost carbon neutral. They're made of waste product from the sugarcane industry, and it's kind of a nice change up to a hexamine tablet. And then in the bottom I have char. I don't treat my char really well. I'll just, if I'm going to light a fire, I'll just grab a handful of this. Sometimes I'll just dump it all in there and go. It's not charred up the best, but it will work. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty. It's all going to go up in flames anyway. Sometimes I'll throw a spark in here and let it catch and just dump it all into a bird's nest and send it on its way. But that's what I keep in my little tin. It's not pretty, but it's just a few bits that do the job and get me out of a bad situation. I do keep, when I have the lid on it, I do keep a Ranger band around here just to add a bit of extra water protection. So there you go, guys. That's my humble fire kit. But although kind of small and a bit higgledy-piggledy, it's just something I don't get to that often. Normally I'll try other methods and I'll use my bird's nest and my dry tinder. But if you can take anything away from this video, it's that kind of, besides having a main fire kit, it's always nice to have redundancies scattered about the place. Some dry tinder if you're in that part of the world. A lighter here, a lighter there, they weigh nothing and they take up no space at all. It's all about having a good time outside, so an extra lighter or two isn't going to break the bank. But anyway, as always, thanks for being amazing members of the community and encouraging these conversations, and shout out to Aidan and Toby and Tron and the guys who have got this conversation started. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you out in the woods. Joe from Limberlearn.